Okay, attempt part two. I guess this is, if you're watching this on replay, this is part two. Unfortunately, these live streams are not agreeing with me lately. I had a lot of trouble on Sunday. This one was going good, and it sounds like it dropped on us totally, completely. So my internet connection looks okay. If you're back and you can hear me again, just let me know. Sorry, guys. Believe me, it's just as frustrating for me as it is for you guys. Hey, Jonathan, you can see it again. Whoops, David Easter says it dropped it. So I don't know what happened. Internet, maybe. I know there's a lot of people using the internet now more than used to be, but I guess we'll have to do this in two parts. But this will be part two, I guess. If you're just watching this first time, you can watch part one. It'll be in the channel for the live stream. And we went through how we think things would have played out with if Shane had killed Rick. And basically, I think we mostly agreed that the group most likely would have disbanded, and either somebody would have killed Shane, be it the governor, maybe Carol, if she found out that Shane had killed Rick, or Daryl leaving and just the absence, and Herschel leaving, and Glenn and Maggie, the absence of the others, causing that to happen. Drew is a god. YouTube trying to keep you down, Trev. Yeah, I know, dude. It's crazy. So hey, Bob. Yeah, Jess will be back on Sunday. She'll join us again on Sunday for another live stream. At least if we can do them, that is, if we can do the live streams, because what I'm finding now is that they do actually, so far as I know, they do actually monitor the live stuff. They have people at YouTube that actually do monitor it. Looks like we're okay for the second part now. And I don't want to piss people off with some of the things I say, but it's quite suspicious. The streams keep getting shut down. But this one's a Walking Dead stream, at least to start with, I promise. Kevin Smith's here. Hey, Kev, how you doing, man? I'm a pretty big Kevin Smith fan myself as well. I like some of the stuff that he does. And I think he's doing a Masters of the Universe series for Netflix, I think. So that'll be kind of cool if we can see that and see if that turns out. It looks like we got about 40 people. Hey, guys, welcome back for part two. Sorry if you're just rejoining again. Sorry, part one got shut down or dropped. Something weird happened. At least the audio sounds better now. Yeah, I hope so, man. Nothing's really changed on my side. Everything is the same as it's been. I've been doing live streams for a couple months now. Every week I do at least one or two. And only this week have I been having trouble since Sunday of getting things working properly. So I don't know if it's a lot of people using the web or if it's YouTube's getting mad at me for talking about some certain things. Well, thank you, Mike. That's cool. Okay, so we went into to that stuff, and I did have some questions prepped, so I'll just check back to the stream every so often here to see if it drops. But yeah, so that's how I think things would have played out long term if Shane would have killed Rick. I just simply think they wouldn't have worked, especially with how important Daryl has become over time, and the likelihood that Shane and Daryl would not have been able to coexist long term. Jordan Vance had said season 10 was a very good season in my view, as season 9 was as well, but it was very good. Definitely like the direction Angela Kang is taking things. Hopefully they don't stretch out the Whisper War, though, because that was the main issue I had with season 8. Well, it looks like maybe in the finale of this season we'll be seeing the end of the Whisper War, or if it continues a little bit to the start of season 11, I'd be okay with that. Someone's saying here in the chat that the season 10 finale is finished now. I don't know if that's true, if it is actually finished or not. But, I'm excited to see the season 10 finale when they get it done. And as soon as I see news sites report that season 10 is finished and the season 10 episode has a premiere date, I'll let you guys know what the premiere date is. They had said most likely it would be within a month or two, but we didn't know how long the shutdown was going to continue for. Luckily, the lockdown is mostly ending now for the most part, only that we have to follow the crazy social distancing thing that just feels like 1984 all over the place, like, 6 feet thing and you all stand apart. And like when I went to the store today, it's like only 10 of you can come in the store at a time. The rest of you have to wait outside. So you have certain stores that might have 20 people in line just to get in the store, and you have to wait like half an hour to get in the door. It's so weird, man. But oh, well, I guess we have to do what we have to do. Van Wonka says, hey, Trav, which episode do you like better? Rick's last episode or Michonne's last episode? So that's a good question. Let's see. Rick's last episode versus Michonne's last episode. Which one did you guys like better? I would say, Rick's last episode for me, I thought was the best. It was epic. I thought Michonne's last episode was good too. But, Rick is a bigger character than Michonne. Rick is your lead of the series. Michonne is a good secondary, or she's also an A-lister. But, Rick was like the overall lead. So to see him leave that episode was crazy. DemZ says, Walking Dead is garbage. LOL, do you still watch it? So not everybody is a fan of Walking Dead nowadays. I've seen that more and more over time. What's weird to me is like some of the other topics that I've been doing have gotten more traction than Walking Dead. But the thing is I still love Walking Dead. Walking Dead is still my favorite, and probably always will be. My whole life, Walking Dead will always be my favorite series. I understand not everybody is going to be into it long term. Not everyone is going to want to continue to watch it as the years go by. I get that; it's no problem. But for me, yeah, I do still like Walking Dead a lot. It's still my favorite, and it's cool if you're not as into it as maybe you used to be at this point. Let's see. Okay, what do we got next? Hey, Tim. Tim F is back. That's good. Yeah, we're back for now, man. Let's see if they shut us down again. Hopefully they won't. I feel like in the last month or two, I have upset the YouTube gods to a degree. And I hope I'll still be allowed to do live streams with you guys. I love doing it with you guys, and I hope that's cool. But I don't, like for the person, DemZ, who bashed Walking Dead, I just, what other series out there right now would you say are as good as Walking Dead? Because, I just think about it like I think about what other series are as good as Walking Dead. There's almost none. There's only a few that I think can even be in the conversation. Stuff like Stranger Things, you could argue. Game of Thrones is over. The other series that are coming out now, maybe Mandalorian, maybe, let's see. Some people like The Witcher a lot, but Walking Dead is still my favorite. So Drew is a God had said about Bitchshoot as a good alternative. Okay, so this is the thing about Bitchshoot. So I looked at Bitchshoot. I took a look at it, and I set up a Bitchshoot account. I did. But the thing is that this channel has over 3,000, it's probably closer to 4,000 videos in it now. And so for me to have to switch platforms from YouTube to something else like a BitChute or something like that, it's just not practical. There's no automatic ways to transfer all of my content over from all these years of doing it. So really for me, the best option is to keep the YouTube channel going and not let anything bad happen to it, and to try to be more careful of the way I kind of say things. So even though I know YouTube kind of gets mad sometimes, and people said, well, it's YouTube's site, so they can do what they want. If they want to ban you, they can ban you. Yeah, that's true to a degree. So I want to speak truth with you guys, but walk that tightrope so that I don't upset, different parties, including YouTube. So hopefully that's going to work. It just isn't practical or feasible for me to easily move over to BitChute or move over to something else like another like Daily Motion or something. I looked into all the different other options. They're just not at YouTube's level, man. YouTube is got, like, look at the live stream right now we have, right? We have 80 people here for an impromptu live stream. We had over 100 before it dropped. And, you've got 230,000 subscribers to the channel for the channel with you guys. It's just not practical to try to do something on BitChute or try to do something over there for me to switch. So hopefully this will work. If the channel was to ever get shut down or something like that happen, then I could look into starting a BitChute account and do that or something like that instead. But thanks, James. Or Spotify, I don't know. So Joe Rogan's jumping off YouTube, Matt Vanessa. Yeah, right. I don't buy that one bit. Did he say he was going to do that? I don't buy it. Maybe if I just don't buy it. But Joe Rogan is also mainly a podcaster. He's not really a YouTuber. I'm not a podcaster because I don't have time. Because keep in mind, I still work 42 hours a week. And so he did. Okay. I believe once a few people say it, I believe it. So he did a video September 2020 from the horse's mouth. Okay, well, maybe switching platforms from YouTube to something else makes sense. They'll probably try to bring him back. But I'm telling you guys right now that I've watched through Joe Rogan's stuff. And again, I'll be careful about how I say this through with everything. But he's got $100 million. Well, yeah, he's got money to do whatever he wants, right? Joe Rogan is freaking loaded, right? He can do anything he wants to do. switching off from YouTube for me isn't practical. Maybe for him it's okay, he can do it, and it'd be fine. It'd be like Rebel, that kind of thing. For me, it's not practical with you guys because I know I would lose. It would be so hard for me to try to build something back up like I have here on YouTube. But I'm not a podcaster. I don't have like a podcast and something like that where I could switch as easily as he could. But Sky Luna said that your hair grew so fast. It's adorable. Thank you, Sky. That's true. It did grow pretty fast. Daryl's dog said Paul is not dead. So that's fun. So I've done three videos now in the Paul is Dead series. And how are you guys liking those? Do you guys actually like those, or do you think that they're not worth it? Because it's okay if you don't like them. I understand not everybody is a Beatles fan, first and foremost. Second of all, not everyone understands or sees entertainment as partially social engineering. And then in addition to that, a lot of people don't understand the occult undertones to the music industry. Sage Boncast said that I made him listen to the Beatles. That's cool. That's good, man. So at least for some people, I kind of got them into it. For a lot of you guys, I know Paul is Dead is not something you've ever heard of before. It's not something you have any knowledge of or know anything about. Some people think Mr. No Love says it's worthless because it's nonsense, whatever. That's cool. John Locke actually likes them. He says he likes the C theory ideas. Hey, Alberto, you must have not been here for a while. I do have blonde hair. Yes, that's true. So here's the question for you guys. As far as the YouTube gods go, what do you guys think? I want you to guess at this. What do you think are the most taboo topics to talk about on YouTube? Which ones do you think? Hey, Dance Reviews, how you doing? Which topics do you guys think are the most taboo to discuss on YouTube? Just tell me that. So Drew is a God said, not abandoning YouTube. Just don't put all of your eggs in one basket. So Drew is a God. I think I've told you guys 100 times now. I have a full-time job. My eggs are not all in the YouTube basket. As far as my passion goes, maybe my passion is too much in the YouTube basket, but don't worry about that. That's not a concern. I may not have Joe Rogan's $100 million, but believe me, guys, I'm fine. I don't have to worry about that. For me, it's more, I love doing this with you guys. I love doing YouTube, and I don't have a podcast or something else like that. Maybe I could take some time and start to go into that, but that. Yeah, Drew is a God says anything against the World Health Organization. That's true. Yeah, that's a good one. 5G, that's a good one. Not allowed to talk about that. Let's see, Area 51. No, Chappelle, Dave, you're allowed to talk about Area 51. That's fine. You can talk about Area 51. You can talk about aliens. You can talk about Bigfoot. What are some other ideas? So some of the families, Grill and Guts. It seems like you're okay to talk about the families, actually. You're okay to talk about the Rockefellers. Well, the Rothschilds, most people are nervous, so they don't do it. I don't give a shit. I just do it. So whatever. John Lennon. No, you can talk about John Lennon. You're allowed to talk about that. What else? What other ideas are you not allowed to talk about? What do you guys think about the moon landings? Are you allowed to talk about that? What do you think about outer space or the space station being fake? Are you allowed to talk about that? Or how about Paul is dead? What are your guys' thoughts on all these different ideas? But the one general area I think that is hated the most of any is actually flat Earth. Yeah, David Icke, that's true. Yeah, you can't talk about him. Vaccines, we can't really talk about vaccines. That's true. Deep state, can't talk about that. But flat Earth especially not allowed to talk about. So anyway, let's see. Is the stream okay? Did they just shut me down? No, I think we're okay. Let's mix in some Walking Dead in case they back check it so we don't get shut down again. So let's do a Walking Dead one. Okay, let's do the one from the Mason, our Mason subscriber. 32nd degree, son of light, SP Mason said, oh yeah, Alpha called Carol a coos because it's what Ed called her. So if you guys remember when in the episode before this whole shutdown thing, when you had the ghost of Alpha harassing Carol, and she calls her a cuss or a coos, whatever. He's pointing out that she called her that, and she's sort of a demon for Carol that's kind of harassing Carol now. But she called her that because Ed used to call Carol that, right? That's true, yeah. So Grizzly Scalp said, wow, Walking Dead video. Almost forgot this was a Walking Dead channel for a bit. Yeah, man, it's just no offense to Grizzly or anybody. It's still a Walking Dead channel. That is still what it is. Only that I've just kept producing during the shutdown. That's basically it. Like we've had the whole lockdown, and I've just kept I've just kept producing during it. That's all. So reptilian overlords. No, you're allowed to talk about reptilian overlords. Dresh Nuts says it's 2 a.m. there. He's on his way to bed. Okay, good night, Dresh Nuts. If you got to go, you got to go. That's cool. When will the finale be out, Daryl's dog? It looks like it'll be out within a month or two, most likely. Sage Bondcast said F Earth is really taboo. Extremely. They actually go through, if you guys didn't know this, for the F Earthers, they go through and they remove their subscribers from YouTube systematically. They remove their subscribers. Sometimes they delete their channels entirely, and they sometimes they stream bomb them. So they'll be doing a live stream and they'll stream bomb them. That's really crazy, man, to think that YouTube would do that. Like, because you think about YouTube as part of Google, you think they wouldn't do something like that, but they do. So maybe it's like some 20-something-year-old employees at YouTube. They're like, hey, let's take this F Earther stream and let's fucking put some shit in it and get them striked and stuff. Are you being canceled by YouTube, Anthony Fallis? No, I'm okay, Anthony. So far as I know, I'm all right. They haven't turned me totally heel yet. I haven't dedicated the rest of my life to revealing the New World Order yet. But I have to be somewhat careful with what I say. Somewhat, a little bit. So we'll try to mostly stick to Walking Dead, because then we're protected, you see. If we do mostly Walking Dead and entertainment, then we can do aside a little bit of the other stuff. We can mix it in. But what we can't do is we can't make the channel a concentration on that, because then you start getting heat back from them. You see, and they start saying, slapping the wrist, don't you be talking too much about that. What happened? A lot of things have happened, Vintage Kid. Where you been, man, last 2 months? A lot of stuff's happened. The whole world's changed. Hey, Vintage Kid, if you've been out of the loop for the last 3 months, here's what's happened. There's a super virus. People are not allowed to walk within 6 feet of each other. We're not allowed to go into the stores if there's more than 10 people in certain stores. What else? It takes 4 hours to fly anywhere. You have to get your temperature checked before you get on the plane. You have to get your temperature checked after you get off the plane. What else has happened? The economy went to shit and then kind of came back somewhat. What else happened? Walking Dead got shut down. Most people are off work. Well, people are getting back to it now, which is good. The government's actually given out thousands of dollars to people. Can you believe this? And what else has happened that's absolutely crazy? Everyone hates China, even though they make everything we use pretty much. Let's see, what else happened during the last 3 months if you've been asleep? Yeah, there's super hornets out there. Aliens have been confirmed. And what else is new? Oh, right, the pyramid rules the world. Yeah, okay, that's where you've been the last 2 or 3 months. Yeah, Shane Irish says, sounds like a major pandemic. That's where you've been. If you've been under a rock the last 3 months, that's what's happened. Walking Dead got shut down. The whole world's up in arms. And I'm just checking to make sure they didn't shut the stream off. Yeah, it's still on. We're still good. And not everyone hates Trump now. And what else? Let's see. I think that's it. Yeah, the locusts are coming too. And we all have to wear masks every time we leave the house. So, and gloves. Every time we leave the house, we're supposed to wear masks and gloves. Let's see, man. So Crazy Hawk said, yo, Trev, you've been working out looking kind of slim, brother. So thanks, Crazy Hawk. I did lose about 15 to 20 pounds. So I'm getting a little bit trim, but I'm feeling a little light, so I want to go back up a little bit. So I'll gain some back. But I've been again, everyone's eating better too, right? I have an apple every day. I try to have an orange every couple of days, bananas, stuff like that. Anything to boost your immune system in case you get the super virus that's gone out right now if you've been under the rock the last 3 months. It's so funny, man. Look at how much has changed within 2 or 3 months. It's the whole world, man, upside down. Goddamn Bill Gates, man. Damn Bill Gates and your goddamn super virus. Damn you, Event 201 and your Masonic meeting at the Pierre or wherever it was, Pierre, whatever it's called. I don't know, something like that. One of those things, man. Oh, god damn it, man. Trev looks 10 years old. He looks like an old vids living with his mom. Yeah, when I used to live with my mom, man, when I started the channel off and stuff, when I was just a little guy. Get some sunshine, vitamin D. Yeah, it's true, man. It's all changed, man. The whole world's upside down. If you just woke up from a coma, right? You're like Rick. You were in a coma, and then you just woke up, and all of a sudden you walk next to somebody, and they're like, "Oh, why are you walking next to me? 6 feet, man. 6 feet." It's like you woke up in a quarantine apocalypse, man. You just woke up, started stumbling down the street, walked within 6 feet of someone, and they started looking at you like you're crazy. Like, what are you doing walking within 5 feet of me? What are you doing? Oh my God. Peyote Pete said he gained 20 pounds drinking beer during the quarantine, so that's good. Yeah, a little like Jerry Maguire. Who's Jerry Maguire? I'm trying to think. That's a movie, right? Is it? Um, Yeah, Mark McGuire's the juiced up baseball player, right? There's a Negan one, right? Mark McGuire's the juiced up baseball guy, right? It's like, oh, he's on growth hormone steroids. It's like, oh, what a surprise! It's like everybody in the NFL's on steroids and growth hormone, and it's such a surprise to everyone. It's like a reveal, right? Everyone's on steroids. Yeah, what a reveal, man. Are you drinking beer right now, Peyote? I think so. That'd be good. Where does Putin fit in the pyramid? Near the bottom, near the rest of the presidents and the other people. Just look at the chart that I used in the video, man. He's near the bottom. Well, actually, he's kind of he's not exactly just a president. You know, he's or whatever they call that in Russia. I don't know what their name is for it, whatever it is. But Putin is actually, yeah, he's respectable for sure. He's maybe like a Barack Obama or something, or maybe a bit higher, something like that. Russia's always kind of a question for the pyramid. I think they're kind of not sure about Russia all the time. That's what like the Cold War was about. They're just not sure. They're not sure if Russia's always on board. They kind of sometimes do what they want, and they're very strict on Corona. If you guys didn't know, in Russia. Meanwhile, in Russia, I think you get fined if you don't follow some of the guidelines, or they're pretty strict, man. They're more strict than we are. So it's what it is. Yeah. So much better than Obama. Yeah, I don't know. Obama's one that everybody likes Obama politically, but I actually got to go with Trump on this one. I don't think he did a whole lot of anything. Like, I don't think he worked that much. I think Trump's working like 70 hours a week, and Obama was doing 30s, kissing babies, and saying hi to everyone. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Yeah. So we have Can you imagine if Barack Obama had to do the speeches on the coronavirus? So we have a super virus that is out here. It is killing everyone, but don't be alarmed. It's going to be okay. Just make sure you wear a mask when you leave the house. Let's see. Okay, we got one from Kidman. Thanks for the super chat, Kidman. I appreciate it, man. Kidman 104 says, Trev, what's one thing that bothers you about The Walking Dead they could easily change? And you guys can answer this one below too. What's one thing about The Walking Dead you could change? They could, for me, it was how they wrote the garbage people in seasons 7 and 8. Waste. If awesome Rick screen time, okay, so I think what Kidman's saying is that, okay, first of all, what's one thing about Walking Dead you guys could change? And then second of all, throughout the series so far, and then he's saying that he thinks that the Jadis and the garbage group should have been changed, or they shouldn't have done that in season 7 and 8. Well, I thought the garbage people add-in was okay in kind of like an 80s way. It reminded me of like an 80s thing, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You got the trash everywhere, and that thing. I think it turns to Ninja Turtles when it's not Walking Dead, right? These guys. So the trash people, the garbage people. I actually kind of like the garbage people. I thought they were kind of fun in a way. They were kind of different. And, you would think that there would be some broke-ass people that would have to live in garbage and might be okay living in the trash, right? Trash heaps, heapsters. So one thing I could change for Walking Dead, maybe I say Andrew Lincoln stays. If I could change one thing that would be easy to change, well, it's one person. Keep him in the series instead of doing this movie stuff. Because now, if you guys missed the videos recently, the movies are up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen with the movies. We might see the movies in theaters, but probably not from the sounds of things. They might be canceled, and they might do like an AMC premiere movie or something like that instead. So if I could change one thing, Rick stays, I guess. That's an easy one, right? Or Carl lives, because then if Rick leaves, then you have Carl still and Judith, and it'd probably be a little bit better. But thanks for the super chat there. I think this is the only one so far for the video. So thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. Season 4, says Mark Adams. He would change season 4. So you the man, Trev. Hey, Mindy, how you doing? Sup, homies? Hey, Mega, how's it going, man? Hey, Break. Den, how you doing, man? And we got Zero Fast. We got Old Otak-E Gamer. That's kind of cool. So he said, I always thought the movies weren't going to happen. Yeah, especially now, it really sounds like they're not going to happen. Well, I can't say you were wrong. If you thought that the movies were never going to happen, you're probably going to be right. Let's see if they can turn it around and kind of finish the movies and get them released. But they might have to do it on a streaming service or something. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. And a lot of the things are starting to go bankrupt. If you guys haven't seen, I think Air Canada is laying off like ridiculous amounts of employees here in Canada. But I'm not sure about the movie theaters. I don't know if they're going to shut down or they're going to continue or whatnot. What'd you say, hon? Okay, all right. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to go visit with Jess for 1 minute, and I'll be right back. We'll continue the stream, but give me a minute. Okay, we got to take a break. Just a minute. Take 5 minutes, and we'll come back. No, you're not. Here, I'll bring you. Let me do the stream for half an hour.
I want nice earrings.
Yes, I'll buy nice earrings.
And I want to stuff the animal. Someone send me a message so that I hope you get lost.
No, you're never gonna get lost. You're gonna come on Sunday and join me for the next stream. All right, that's what I want. That's not right. They should not be
Don't
trolled.
mention anyone's name.
I'm not. Okay, let me go back on the stream. I did not end the stream. Listen to me.
I'll
Okay?
starve myself to 100 kills.
Come here. Here's what we're gonna do. Give me half an hour to finish the stream with the guys. Do a decent job with the stream, and then you can get ready next half an hour. When you're ready, about half an hour, 40 minutes. Then we'll head out and go to Shoppers. Okay?
They can hear us.
No, go get dressed, and then we'll go to Shoppers in about half an hour to 40 minutes. Okay? I'll just ignore it. That's cool. Yeah. All right. Okay, we're back. We still got people here. Jess wants to go to the store soon, so we'll do another half an hour to 45 minutes for this video, and then I'll bring her to the store. Right? Ryan Lennon said she needs Mr. J. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, wait, you guys take priority, at least for now. I'll bring her to the store after. So it's 30 minutes, Trev, then shopping. Yep, Eric, you got it, man. That's right. She wants to go shopping today. Well, the other thing that's weird is that the stores close early. So the stores are not open as late as usual. So, no, I'm not in trouble, Daryl's dog. We're good. It's just that the stores are not open that late. So, it's kind of like, yeah, we got to do it. So, yeah, it's cool. So we'll go to the store after this, after I'm done with you guys. No, you guys got to understand, man. Jess is pretty understanding of the channel. I spend a lot of time with you guys on the channel here, probably too much time. So, she's pretty understanding considering everything. But yes, I should bring her to the store after this. So, no, she did not. She didn't say that, Aiden. That's not nice to say. Okay, let's see what we got. AMC needs the Governor and Negan miniseries. Agree? Governor, yeah, okay, I agree, Big Marcus. I think that would be cool. 1995, yeah, that would be sweet to see. I would like that. Let's see. You're the man, Mindy. Okay, let's see what we got here. Obama Deception by Alex Morgan opened my eyes. I actually haven't seen that. I know. I thought you were going to say Alex Jones, but he's been kind of. There's another one too. If you think about like Alex Jones, he's kind of been shadow banned too, or banned. Well. Blatantly banned. I guess it's not shadow banned, overtly banned off YouTube as well. So I really hope they stop kind of doing that. It's really unfortunate, man, that people get banned off like that, like David Icke and Alex Jones, because they were a good voice to have out there. I know sometimes they're very disagreeable and they might get a bit over the top sometimes, but yeah, it's not good, man. It's good to have differences of opinion and to be able to hold people to account and hold things to account. And if you ban those people out, then you don't get to hear both sides of the story, and all you get is the mainstream thing, which is that, as we've investigated in the last couple of months here in the videos, the mainstream opinion, which is generally promoted, actually is organized. It's an organized opinion. It's not a natural opinion. It's actually put together and released out. So if you want to talk New World Order, basically the United Nations is the New World Order. It's basically what it is. Your guys like your Kissinger, your Rockefellers, these people which are unappointed, we don't vote for them to go in and do what they're doing on the Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the United Nations. We don't vote these people in, but they basically are the New World Order. That's what the New World Order is, in my opinion. So it's not really a conspiracy theory. It's more of a mindset that you're saying that's what the United Nations actually is. Let's see what we got. So Michael J. White could be cast as, what do you think of Michael J. White as Mercer? Who's Michael J. White? Let me see here. I got to do a quick Google here. Yeah, he would be good as Mercer. Yeah, for sure. Did he play was he in Gotham? Or no, not Gotham. Dark Knight. Was he in Dark Knight? Did he play with the scene with Heath Ledger's Joker at near the beginning, right? What was the character's name? I forget the character's name, but I think he was in it. But he would be a good Mercer. But they probably won't be able to get him because he probably would cost too much. So they probably get somebody who's kind of cheaper. Okay, we're still live. I'm just checking the streams here to make sure that we don't get shut down because I say something wrong. I'm just trying to be as careful about it as I can. Mark Adams says, so what happened with the spinoff show? Glad I caught a live stream. So, hey, Mark, how you doing, man? Good to hear from you, and thanks for that. So the spinoff series, World Beyond, is still happening, but it's pushed back until the end of this year at least. So what's priority is the Walking Dead season 10 finale that we get to see that. That's first priority. Then they're still doing Fear during the summer, I think. At least some episodes. They might not do a full run like 16, but they're going to do some episodes of it, so that's good. And then the Walking Dead season 11 eventually will return, which might be a late premiere. It might be like a December premiere, or maybe they'll premiere it next year. And then World Beyond will be at the end of this year, or they might show it next year or something. They're going to hold it back for a while. Let's see here what we got. Ryan Lennon says, who would win in a fist fight between Beta, Daryl, Rick, or Shane, all in one-on-ones? Beta's got to win, Ryan. Beta's got to beat all the rest. I don't think any of them could beat him without any weapons, just a bare-knuckle fight. Beta's going to beat everybody else. Yeah, absolutely. You could maybe go two of them against Beta at once. Like if you had Rick and Shane against Beta, then maybe they win. Yeah, then they win. Or if you go Daryl and Rick, then yeah, they win. But Beta one-on-one, Beta's going to beat everybody. I think you have to say that. So yeah, David Easter says the teacher has left the classroom. Both my parents are teachers, man. I take offense to that. Yeah, that's not cool. Let's see what we got here. Someone said something about Kim Dickens. She did confirm she's not returning for season 6, I think, or at least the girl in the trailer that people thought inside the cell might have been her is not. I think she said that in an interview I read the other day. So just so you guys know, don't expect to see Madison back in Fear at all, probably ever. I think she's dead. So Eric Smalley said, Paul isn't dead, dude. Okay, so he says that Paul isn't dead. Madison is dead. So there's that one. Shane was a Freemason. I don't think he is. I don't think that John Bernthal's a Freemason. No. Usually your lower tier people are not all Freemasons. We got Jake Thomas who just joined. Hey, Jake, how you doing, man? Let's see. Okay, Beta versus the Hound. Oh, that's a good fight. I'll go with Beta versus the Hound from Game of Thrones. I guess I'll go with Beta for that one. Yeah, even though it's a good fight. Rory McCann, yarp. That's a good fight for sure. Have you guys seen? I want to do a review for Hot Fuzz again, like from an occult perspective, because Hot Fuzz is really fun. You guys know the movie, right? I've mentioned it a good number of times recently, but yarp, it's true, man. That's what it is, right? That's real life, unfortunately, guys. Basically, the way it goes is you have your regular people that wear just whatever clothes. Then you go up the food chain. People start wearing dressier clothes. You get up high enough, they wear suits. And then above suits, they wear cloaks. That's how it works. That's how the world's end. That's how the world actually works. You go from the poor clothes up into the suits, and then above the suits are the cloaks. That's how it goes. I'm just telling you. Do you study the occult, Trev? Bones 22? I've had to, to understand the way the world actually works. Yeah, I had to study the occult, and I did. And I learned a lot, and now I understand so much, especially the music industry. The music industry, you will understand from a completely different perspective when you study the occult. You will get it. It will all snap into place like, oh, okay, I get it now. That's what it's all about. It's not really about making money, the music industry. It's not really. At least at the top levels, it's not generally the music industry. It's not mostly about making money. There's an entertainment element to it, maybe 40%, but more than half, I would say, with the music industry is social engineering and is occult ritual and occult practice. And like David Easter said here, mind control. That's right. Yes, it is. It's culture creation, mind control, and occult rituals. That's what basically runs music. Kidman 104 said, Trev, would rather have Fear end and have more of the budget go into the original show because let's be honest, the shows ain't gaining any more viewers. Yeah, it's true, Kidman. That's a good point. The shows aren't getting more viewers consistently. The ratings are not going up, and fan interest has gone down. Now, I hope when the Walking Dead movie hits that you can get some of that fan interest back, and that could be kind of cool. So I hope that they do finish that in some capacity, in some way. even if they have to do an AMC premiere instead of a movie theater premiere. But that's probably true. It might be a lot with World Beyond as well, but I'm okay with them continuing with what they've been doing. It's just that it was taking a while to get here anyway. And now that we've had the global shutdown, unfortunately, it's like, well, damn it, we have the lockdown, we have the shutdown. We're waiting for all these series to hit, and now it just takes it even longer. So it just makes it even further. Z-Train, think Jim Carrey lost his mind. Jim Carrey is in so deep, you have no idea. If you want to talk occult, Jim Carrey is in so far, he's too far gone. He's way too far gone, man. Jim Carrey is actually he's one of the lead occult people in Hollywood, one of the top people. So if you think Jim Carrey is just a comedian, I got to tell you, no, okay? No, he is not just a comedian. He is a high-ranking entertainer, social engineer in the pyramid in Hollywood. He really is. Look into, connection's bad again, Apollo. Yeah, I know, man. I'll tell you what, guys. If the stream shuts down again, we'll call it a day for this one. We'll end it there, and then I'll see you guys back in a couple of days for another video, or Sunday, okay? Just to let you guys know. He's playing Pamela. What do you mean by that? Jim Carrey playing Pamela. Let me see what this is. And let's see. Let's hope they can let us continue to stream here. Jim Carrey, Pamela. Is it? What is this here? Jim and Pam. What are you talking about? Jim Carrey playing Pamela. Is he going to play like a girl? Is that what you're saying? He's playing. Is that a movie that he's going to be doing where he's going to be playing a female? Which that doesn't surprise me at all, by the way. Whatsoever, if they're doing that. It is kind of funny, but at the same time, there is actually an agenda behind that to blend the sexes and to promote transgenderism. There is, and I'm not being anti-trans. I'm fine with that. If you are, you are. It's fine. But he's playing, Jim Carrey's playing Judith. But there is actually a social engineer, reportedly anyway, from what I've read, agenda behind that. So that's why you see stuff like Jenner and changing sexes and all that stuff. That's not an accident. That's social engineering to set an example for the youth to come up. So that's on purpose. Let's see what we got here. Marco brought up Dave Chappelle, who said about no to dressing up as a girl. Right, exactly. That's a great example. Marco's got a great example of Dave Chappelle with the demasculinization. So I know I have some African-American dudes here who watch the channel, watch the streams. And so, yes, this is my opinion now, this is conjecture, but I believe that's correct, that there is an industry joke or an industry thing where they do try to demasculinize African-American men. I believe that is I believe that's true. And they will have them dress up like Tooth Fairy or whatever. They'll have them dress up they'll dress as girls. They'll do all that stuff. Yes. Anyway. So Mega Dr. Dre said, hey, who will take Rick's place during the Commonwealth storyline? Love your video. So thanks, Mega Dr. Dre. Appreciate it, man. I like Dr. Dre too. He's pretty good, man. Him and I used to I liked his stuff in the 90s. Really good. I don't know if does he still make music? I don't know if he does anymore. So who will take Rick's place during the Commonwealth storyline? Probably Daryl, but maybe Aaron too, right? Because now they did say that was not intentional to make Aaron look more like Rick, to have him lose the hand and that whole thing. But I think they'll probably use Aaron for a lot of that. If they're not able to use Daryl for all of it, but probably a combination of some of it given to Daryl, some of it given to Aaron. Like when you guys know when Alpha pulls the sawed-off shotgun on Daryl at the end of season 9, that scene in the comics was Rick. She showed Rick the megahertz and all that, so they gave that to Daryl in the TV series version, and in the TV series version, she shows him that. David Easter brought up Michael Jackson. Great, absolutely, yes, 100%, yes, exactly. That is why Dave Chappelle quit doing a show and disappeared to Africa. Angela, yes. So Dave Chappelle leaving to Africa. So Dave Chappelle, in my opinion, is not crazy. What Dave Chappelle is and Martin Lawrence as well too, when he was doing with the gun and stuff and said they were trying to kill me. So that, in my opinion, what you're seeing there is you're seeing a stage reveal of the elements behind them and them rejecting what the directors, let's say, or the writers want them to do. So the social engineers want him to do this and dress up as a girl or dress up as a woman, and he refuses to do it. He says, no, I'm not doing it. And at first they make it sound like it's a joke, like, oh, we want you to do it, it'll be so funny. And then after, no, okay, we really need you to do it. And then after, okay, you have to do it or you're going to lose your show. And then he's like, wait a minute, what? You mean that, like, if I don't dress up like a woman, then I'm going to lose my show and lose everything. You're going to shut me down and whatever, and maybe even kill me. And then he takes off, right? You see? So Crowbar, Kanye West is crazy. Kanye West is a fun one. I like to think of Kanye West because I actually like some of Kanye West's music. I really like Jesus Walks. I think that's great. And I have no idea how he did that song, how he released that. And also in the song, he reveals a little bit there too, because he says, like, he's basically saying, what do you mean you're allowed to rap about anything except for Jesus? So what do you mean I'm not allowed to rap about Jesus? That doesn't make any sense. See, to the regular person, that makes no sense. But from an occult perspective, not being able to rap about Jesus, it makes perfect sense that you're not allowed to do that. So I don't know how he was able to do that anyway, and how he was able to do Jesus Walks and some of the other stuff that he's done over time. I'm not sure, especially when he's so close to Jay-Z, and you have Jay-Z who did the Lucifer, Murder, Jesus thing, 666 in his music. So I'm not sure exactly how that whole thing worked out and how he was able to release some of those songs. But yeah, it's interesting for sure to consider and think about. But I love the line that he says you're allowed to rap about anything except for Jesus. You're not allowed to rap about Jesus. That shows that's a reveal right there. It gives you some more info. It's like, wait, what does he mean you're not allowed to? Why would you not be allowed to do that? Oh, because Satanists run the industry. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, what else we got here? Any Walking Dead questions? We want to mostly, again, we can mix in a little, but we want to mostly stick to Walking Dead so we can fly under the radar for the most part. Hey, Trev, two of my favorite characters from The Walking Dead are Daryl and Negan. Who has the better character arc? From Mark Paluquin. And we'll just do maybe another 10, 15, 20 minutes here, and then we'll wrap up the stream for today, guys. His favorite characters are Daryl and Negan. And who has a better arc, Daryl or Negan? I'd say probably Daryl, but that's mostly because he was in the series from the beginning, from the first season when he comes in and he's there all the way through. So we've seen him change and develop and evolve a lot. He reminds me a lot of like Wolverine from X-Men. He's like a Wolverine type of character, lone survivor, goes off on his own. But when there's a war, when there's a battle, you definitely want Daryl there. There's no question about it. So yeah, I'd say Daryl. I've enjoyed his story arc more, but Negan's is off to a good start. And if JDM stays in The Walking Dead, he could become maybe even a little bit better here as time goes forward, and we see him become more of a good guy. More of like a Vegeta type of character from Dragon Ball, if you want to put it in terms of other series to get equivalencies here. Let's see here. Thing Tuen Cha 87 said, "Hey Trev, I subscribed to you when you had 1,300 subscribers. Never said hello. Hey man, how you doing? Thanks for subscribing all those years, and thanks for all you guys for staying with the channel and staying subscribed. They are going through and deleting." Some of the older subscribers, so it makes the number reduce a bit. And since everything's on shutdown, you're not having more people come in, but it's okay. And I upset some people by discussing, some industry, behind the scenes industry information that some people don't like to see and they don't like to be aware of. And I understand that some people just hate this stuff. They don't want to know any of this stuff, and they think they just want to tell themselves it's all garbage, push it away. It doesn't exist, push it away. You're crazy, push it away. That's what they like to do. That lets them keep their worldview that there isn't a stage, but unfortunately there is. Travis, Elton John a Freemason? John Rod. I don't know if Elton John is a Freemason, but he's gay, isn't he? That helps. I'm serious. I'm not being I'm not being against homosexuality. I'm not against homosexuality, but if you're homosexual, that does help. Yes, because again, that's something that they want to bring more to the forefront and have more representation for in the future. And well, what did David Icke say? He said someone told him that he was told 40 years ago they want to make girls and boys the same. They want to make girls and boys the same. That's weird. That's really weird. I hope that's not true. Yeah, I hope that's not true. But anyway, look at the representation. That's all you have to do. Just play the numbers game and look at the representation, and you can see that they are overrepresented by like a landslide, I think. So anyway, Nivy Warren said that his mom passed away today. Well, sorry to hear that, Nivy, man. Strength to you and your family. That's awful. Losing your mom is terrible. So I hope it wasn't too painful or anything, and I hope it wasn't too sudden, I guess. But I'm sorry to hear that, man. All of our hearts go out to you, man. Sorry to hear about your mom, man. That's brutal, man. So take some time, man. If you're working, then take they call it bereavement, right? Or talk to your supervisor. Don't be afraid. Sometimes when people lose a family member, they're afraid to tell their boss, or they're afraid to tell their supervisor, whatever, that it happened, and sometimes they try to bury it. Don't do that. Tell your boss, tell your supervisor what happened, and if you need to take a month off or two or however long, take some time, man, because sometimes you need that. You can come back to work later. Take some time, man, if you need to go through that. So I just sent the email. Okay, great. Well, sorry to hear that, Nivy, and all of our hearts go out to you, man. That sucks totally. So I'm Joker28 said, hey, Trev, what are your top 2 Walking Dead deaths that were completely unnecessary and 2 deaths that were necessary? So Carl, number 1, easy, and maybe not unnecessary, but I would have liked to see Glenn survive on longer. So I'll go Carl and Glenn for those 2, I guess. But, which ones that were necessary? I guess as much as the topic for the video is what if Shane killed Rick, I guess it was necessary for Rick to kill Shane, for The Walking Dead to become what it did. I'd always like to see Shane survive on longer, but I guess it was kind of necessary for sure. Miguel wants to know if I think that we'll see Walker return to Fear. I doubt it. No, I don't think so. And then Sky Luna said, Trev, in Fear, why do you think that Gimple tries so hard to make us like Charlie? It's silly how she is constantly trying to be forced on us or to us. She killed Nick so she could go choke on a jawbreaker for real. There's a 90s movie, isn't there, Sky, about that? A Jawbreaker. My sister used to like that movie in the 90s. Yeah, man, that's true. I hate Charlie, but maybe I don't hate her as much. She is just a kid and stuff. It's hard to hate a little kid. It's hard to hate a little girl, even if she killed Nick. It's what it is. She got a pass, I guess. So I guess it's okay. But I don't know if they're trying that hard to make us like her. It's just, I mean, I don't know. It's cool either way. Okay, let's see what else we got. Peace out, y'all. Mega 2020. Hey, James. All right, see you, James. Peace, man. Have a good night. And let's see here. Okay, so maybe a few more minutes, guys, and then we'll wrap up. Do you listen to Jordan Peterson? Says Drish Not Selwa. I should probably do a video giving my thoughts on Jordan Peterson. Yes, I think he's a Canadian as well, so I am a huge fan of Jordan Peterson. I think he's great. And I think that he's maybe a little bit too highly agreeable for my liking. Sometimes he's a little bit too highly agreeable, but I do like Jordan Peterson. However, he does bash what he calls conspiracy theorists, and so I am kind of against that because I think that he's wrong. I think he's over too highly agreeable, and I think he's wrong to bash people who have differences of opinion with regards to how our world is run. And I think that what's happened recently with COVID should be enough suggestion to give people an idea that obviously there is a global presence that is run behind the scenes, that is not publicized, that does control a lot of the things we see. So we have to stand 6 feet apart in Canada. And then if you're in Japan, you have to stand 6 feet apart. And if you're in the UK, and if you're in the United States, and if you're in, I don't freaking know, wherever else, maybe Antarctica, I don't know. Got to run. See you, Steve Benny. Have a good night. So I do like Jordan Peterson, though. He's very good. And I like the way he argues for God in an atheistic type of system. That's a difficult position to take against Sam Harris. There's another Harris for you guys. I'm a Harris, too. Sam Harris and the debate that they did. And in a way, he tried to save God. I can tell you this, though. If the powers that be have it their way, you will not be able to save God in the future in this society. God is gone. I'm sorry to tell you. And when it comes to what they want to do, if the information that I've learned is correct, and it looks to be based on the last, 50 years, 60 years of how society has changed with the societal engineers, they are going to take it more Luciferian, and they're going to take it darker and darker and darker. That's where it's going. So I don't think so. He tried to save God, and that's great, but he doesn't realize what he's up against. That's what I'll say about Peterson. He doesn't know what he's up against if he's going to try to save God in our society. Yes, they do. Gigadeath says, Trav, you're right. They want us to hate God. Yes, they want us to be atheists. They want us to be Luciferian. They want us to hate God. And it's okay to be atheist. There's nothing wrong with that. Sam Harris is atheist, and he's a smart guy and everything. But I am against mostly Luciferianism. I'm against evil. I'm against Satanism. And I'm against enjoying sadistically doing harm to others. I think that that's bad. And people shouldn't aspire to do that. And societal engineers should not aspire to make the world more Luciferian and more satanic, because all you're going to do is increase suffering of human beings, and I don't think it's a good thing. Hey, Mark, how you doing, man? Your part of your name here is Goat, which I like. Mark Goat. Have you lost weight? You look good. Thank you, Mark. I lost a little bit, and that's what Pike says in Morals and Dogma, I think. Somewhere in here, this freaking encyclopedia that I keep procrastinating this thing. Once I got this in the mail, I was like, damn it, am I really going to have to go through this whole goddamn thing? And I keep procrastinating it, but I probably should. But I think he says somewhere in here that they're going to bring in Lucifer, right? Pretty sure. I've seen the quote on Google. I haven't found it yet in this mega book. It's easier to search on Google than it is to search these old-fashioned way with this mega book. But he says they're going to bring in the light bearer. So that's what it is. That's where we're going, guys. Hate to tell you, but that's what it is. That's where we're going. Mark Adams also said, why do you think Tom Paine show Prodigal Son show is better than Maggie's Whiskey? Oh, do you think it's better than Maggie's Whiskey Cavalier was? Well, I thought that Whiskey Cavalier was okay. I just thought it was okay. And as far as Tom Paine's show go, I actually didn't see it. But I tend to not like NBC or ABC series for the most part because they're so pyramid based that it bothers me. Like all the NBC, ABC, CNN, CBS, BBC, all those, all the mainstream networks. I tend to kind of steer clear of them. I know some of them are okay, but it's all like pro CIA, pro FBI, pro hospital staff and stuff like that. And I'm supportive of hospital staff and everything, but every time I watch these shows, I just feel like I'm getting propagandized directly, and it makes me upset. I hate it, so I can't watch it too much. But in the UK, YouTube is heading in that direction too. Yes, I know. Someone asked me if I pay attention to other Walking Dead YouTubers over the years. Rebecca Briggs. So for Rebecca, I started my channel in 2009. We're in 2020 now. When I started off, I paid attention to Figure, and I still do watch Figure. I got a new Angel figure. Did you guys see the Angel figure? This one's nice. X-Men, Angel. It's a custom. He's got custom wings, and I put it there because I want to support light, and I want to support goodness. So that's why I put Angel in the background. But there's some dualities okay too. You can't be all light. There's dark in life too. You got to accept that too. But a little bit of light's not bad sometimes. But okay, so with regards to me watching other YouTubers or what I watch on YouTube, I mainly watch Figure stuff. I do watch The Walking Dead's official channel. When they post new clips and stuff like that. Let's see. I don't watch other people who do the same thing that I do on purpose because I've already done it, and then it's not enjoyable for me to also watch someone else do the same thing. It's just not. It's like it's not cool. But I like to watch conspiracy casts and different things like that. News, these types of things. I love that. Figures. I watch a lot of figure channels and stuff like that. Game of Thrones. I watched a couple. Otaku Assemble was one of my favorite. Larry from Otaku Assemble, who had a great channel for a long time. One of my absolute favorites was one of my favorites for Game of Thrones because he's really smart and he get into a lot of advanced things that I like to hear about. For Walking Dead, not really. Zeus Tuber was a good kid. I like the Zeus Tuber. The others that are still here, I don't even know who still does it or not. I just basically do my content, and then I sign into a different account, which I use to browse figures and stuff like that. So there isn't a recommended crossover because I don't want to see it. Also, I don't want to be guilty of copying something subconsciously. So if I see someone do something, I don't want to I don't want to not realize that I'm being influenced by it, because human beings are osmosis machines. Monkey see, monkey do. There's a saying, you can tell who you're going to be based on your 5 friends. And what it's describing is that if you see something, or it comes into your tribe, or it comes into your group, it will, through osmosis, rub off on you, even unconsciously. So I try not to look at other people doing Walking Dead, because I don't want to copy, or I don't want to, get influenced by and then be similar to. And that process I believe, is a natural process for human beings that we monkey see, monkey do more than we should. So that's why I don't watch other Walking Dead, generally because I don't enjoy it, because I'm already doing it anyway. And then the other part is that I spend enough time on it that I like to get off and do other things. Edge of Wonder said Drew is a guy. He likes Edge of Wonder. That's cool. That's a new channel. Those 2 guys, and they do a pretty good job. But I find that they're mostly politically on point. They're mostly soft, and I like a little bit more edginess, a little bit more seriousness with that. They're a little bit too jokey for me. Are you getting The Last of Us? I might get The Last of Us. Anton Xerath said, "Hey Trev, if Glenn didn't die, how would you think he would have impacted the story? I met Stephen Yeun last year and asked him that question, but he said he hasn't watched it past. He said, oh man, that's so cool. You got to meet Stephen Yeun, man. Oh, Anton, that's awesome, man. That's wicked cool. Oh, that's sweet, man. I'm kind of jealous because I think he's awesome, man. I'm a huge Glenn fan and huge Stephen Yeun fan. I'm excited for him to voice Invincible. I think he's going to do that in a cartoon series for Invincible. That's going to be cool. Let's see. So thanks for that, Anton. I appreciate it. And if he would not have died, he hasn't watched it, it sounds like. I would say that Glenn would have been awesome to have around. Would the Whispers have killed him instead of someone like Jesus? Maybe he would have been killed at some point there. But I would have loved to seen his reaction to Rick leaving and, the helicopter and the bridge and everything. Rick. And he was fast, too, so he was a good runner. So, man, I would have loved to see Glenn there. I think he just would have helped out more and been really a positive influence there, and he would have gotten to see his baby and everything. So that would have been great, man. It's kind of sad when you think about how cool it could have been if he was still there. Unfortunately, he's not, but yeah, it's what it is. Okay, let's see what we got here. Any other good questions here? Last of Us 2. I don't play games. I don't have time. Mark Dice, 404 Racer. So I think Mark Dice is pretty good. He's mostly comedy, though, isn't he? But he makes it fun and he makes it comedic, and that's probably why he's allowed to stay. He's allowed to do his channel because it's half a comedy show, I think. But I think it's good because he's also spreading truth mixed in with the comedy. So I like that. That's a smart angle to do, because then you can do it in such a way where they won't feel intimidated, or they won't feel like you're pushing too hard against them, and then they won't push back against you because it's like a comedy act, right? It's not serious. So he's got a really good, that's a bit magic with a K what he's doing there. I don't know if he realizes that, but Mark Dice is doing a little bit of magic with a K because he's mixing in the truth with comedy. So it's very good. They do that too, by the way, in the other way. They use comedy to bash the truth down. And they do that a lot. So mockery, they do mockery to control the truth a lot of times. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I think Peyote Pete said Gates Foundation new spokesperson Marina Abramovic agrees, right? Yeah. Okay, I think we should probably wrap. I got to bring Jess shopping, guys. So we're going to go to the store, get her some stuff. I want to thank you guys for joining us for this part 2 of this live stream. I hope you liked it, and thanks for all of your years of support, guys. Yeah, Mark Adams, Angel did. I got an Archangel figure too, Apocalypse, and a new Apocalypse too. I did a figure update video yesterday. If you guys missed it, you can check it out. All right, I can sit here and talk with you guys for 7 hours, but I can't because I'll get in trouble. So, Tom Hanks on the Pyramid, a Menace, maybe part of the way up, under presidents, though I wouldn't put him above presidents. He'd be under them. But he's on there. He's respectable, but he's not that high, I wouldn't think. So, but he might be a family. You have to check his family tree. If you want to know, check Tom Hanks' family tree. Okay, guys, I'm peacing out. Have yourselves a good night. Thanks for watching. So for this one, guys, I'll see you again soon for another video. Live stream on Sunday. Don't forget, same time, around 9 o'clock Eastern with Jess. Jess is going to join me. And I'll see you guys for that one soon. It's Trev. Saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon. See you guys.